As the Wano country arc has come to an end, One Piece has taken a giant leap towards its conclusion. The race for the legendary treasure, the One Piece, is heating up, and there are many people who would like to get their hands on it. For a long time, there was a possibility that One Piece did not exist, and it wasn't a treasure but something abstract. Whitebeard's final word at Marineford cleared almost all the doubts regarding One Piece, as an abstract thing could not shake the entire world, so it has to be something materialistic. At the moment, the fans have no idea what the treasure could be, and this mystery won't be getting solved anytime soon. In the past, there were debates that there would be a war in One Piece after the treasure is found. But the Oda has stated that the story will conclude once somebody get their hands on the treasure. So the important question here is, who is closest to reaching the Laugh Tale? There are many characters who might get their hands on One Piece in a very unique and unexpected ways. We will see who are those characters in a second, but let's first understand how the pirates can actually locate the exact pinpoint location of Laugh Tale. The only way to do so is through finding or at least getting the data that is inscribed on the 4 Road Poneglyphs. Presently, the 3 Road Poneglyphs are located on Zou, Whole Cake Island and Wano. The Straw Hats are shown the Zou Poneglyph by Inuragashi and Nekomamushi and stole an engraving from the Big Mom's wall in the Whole Cake Island. And they got their hands on the third one, which is located in the Wano. During Odin's flashback in chapter 967, we see the Roger pirates voyage the Grand Line in pursuit of the Road Poneglyphs. These scenes took place between 25 to 26 years before the current point in the story. At the point in time, the 4 Road Poneglyphs were located on Wano, Zou, Fishman Island and Whole Cake Island. Roger already had an engraving of 1 Road Poneglyph at the time he met with the Whitebeard and recruited Odin. He says in the start of the 967 chapter that the engraving was stolen by Lin Lin. From this, we know that Big Mom was already in the possession of a Road Poneglyph 25 years ago too. The 2 remaining poneglyphs on Wano and Zou have not moved. This means the presently missing Road Poneglyph was located on Fishman Island during Roger's era. Now where that missing poneglyph might be located is a totally different topic to discuss. But what's important is that whoever gets his hand on the 4th Road Poneglyph will have a upper hand in the game. Let's see who are the most likely to do so. The first one is not a single character but a group of characters. Yes, we are talking about the Worst Generation. The Worst Generation is a term referring to 12 infamous pirates who emerged immediately before the beginning of the War of the Marineford. They consisted of the 11 super rookies present at the Sabondi just before the said war. But not all of the 11 pirates are closer to One Piece. Out of the Worst Generation, the one who stood out during the Wano Arc are Monkey D. Luffy, Eustass Kid and Trafalgar Law. Kid and Law managed to get the better of Big Mom and ended her career as Yonko for good. Now, with the newfound powers of Luffy, he also took down Kaido once and for all by sending him into the magma pit where he rested alongside Big Mom. As the 3 crews started to leave Wano, Law gave Kid a copy of the Road Poneglyph, which made things even more interesting. Currently, the Straw Hat have 3 out of the 4 Road Poneglyphs, which put them in the lead, while the Hard Pirate and the Kid Pirates both have 2 each, which places both of them at the 2nd place. While it is true that Luffy has an advantage over his fellow supernovas, but Law and Kid seems to know about the man with the burn scar who according to Kid gives them an edge over Luffy. It remains to be seen who the mystery man is, and there are already several theories floating around. The most plausible explanation would be that the mystery man would be someone who has gone to Laugh Tale in the past, which narrows it down to Roger's pirate crew. The prevalent theory is that it could be Copper Gaban. Aokiji and Sabo don't make sense. If Aokiji is this important to find One Piece, why would the Marine let him go? If Kid knows about this guy, it's safe to assume that the 5 elders, Shanks and maybe the other Yonkos knows it too. Pretty much the same thing with Sabo. Something else. Kid saying that he has an advantage over Luffy seems weird considering that everyone knows Robin can read the poneglyphs and Kid never showed any interest in Robin. So if this man's only purpose is reading the poneglyphs, there is no advantage. But I don't think Oda would do such a silly thing and call it an advantage. But still few things that I could assume from these words is first one, the kid might have someone to read Poneglyph, which is like the voice of all things or the theory about Killer being an awakened third eye tribe member, otherwise he has no advantage. Because as we know, Luffy has Robin. The second meaning that we can take from this man is needed to reach the Laugh Tale even if you read all the Poneglyphs. The third point is this man, this unknown man, knows exactly the direct way to Laugh Tale. And the fourth possibility is this guy has the fourth Poneglyph, which will be really advantageous to Kid and probably Law too. But the members of the worst generation are not the only one who are after the One Piece. One of the biggest names who is after the treasure is Shanks. When Shanks sailed with the Roger pirates, he didn't go to Laugh Tale as he decided to stay behind with Buggy, who was sick. Since the Roger pirates disbanded, Shanks has made a name for himself and currently he is arguably the strongest character in the series. Clearly, he took to the heart whatever he learned as a member of the Roger pirates. Moreover, during his decade on the sea, he must have sailed countless times and thousands of miles across the waters of the four seas. When all of this seafaring experience is considered together, there is likely no place on the Grand Line that Shanks has not travelled to, or otherwise knows the location of and how to get it. If put another way, Shanks already knows or can easily find the location of Laugh Tale and the One Piece. This is all but suggested in One Piece chapter 1054 when Shanks says, "Let's claim the One Piece." That is, Shanks doesn't say we need to find One Piece like Luffy and others are searching for it. Indeed, his statement clearly gives the sense that he knows exactly where it is and has been waiting for the right time to go and get it. Another man who has been monitoring the incidents happening around the world is Marshall D. Teach, better known as Blackbeard. He managed to become a Yonko in very short period of time and it was down to his immaculate planning. He carefully schemed that he would become a Shichibukai by handling Luffy to the Marines, but he had to make adjustments after S tried to stop him. Nevertheless, Blackbeard ended up becoming a Shichibukai by offering S to the Navy, and then he proceeded to invade Impel Down with his crew. Blackbeard stole Whitebeard's Gura Gura no Mi, which elevated him above the most of the characters in terms of power. After the war, he went toe-to-toe with the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates and defeated them to claim the spot left by the Whitebeard. But considering the fact that Whitebeard told him off at Marineford, it seems Blackbeard is also interested in the treasure. The location of the one last remaining Road Poneglyphs remains still unknown, which has led to many believing that it might be in the Blackbeard's possession. However, there is no concrete proof available, so it is reasonable to assume that Blackbeard does not have any Road Poneglyph, which puts him at the very end of the chasing pack, but he is known for his cunning, so it is still early to count him out. When all is said and done, the people closest to Laugh Tale are Shanks and Luffy. What do you think about this topic? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and make sure to check out my other videos about One Piece from my channel over here. And that's it for today's video guys. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave a like on this video. And I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.